Welcome to The Wang Reviewer. My name is Will, where I do tech unboxing, tech reviews, and tech tutorials. And in today's episode, I am going to be reviewing the Airpod Max, which I'm wearing right now. So just as a note, this episode that you see here is filmed entirely on my iPhone 12 Pro Max using the back camera, and the sound that you're hearing is coming from the Airpod Max microphone. I will not be doing any video or color corrections in post, and will not be editing the sound in post. So what I really wanted to do was to showcase the raw power of both the iPhone 12 Pro Max paired with the Airpod Max to see how well it does as a content creator. And I also wanted viewers to see what the microphone quality is like coming from the headphones. Alright, so if you find this video helpful, please remember to give it a thumbs up, like the video, and consider subscribing to my channel for similar content. I've been using the Airpod Max headphones for 2 full days now since launch. And just as a side note, I did not pay for these earphones. I was fortunate enough that a buddy of mine actually got them on launch day and was willing and nice enough to actually loan these to me to unbox and do a review on for the week. And so, thank you. First of all, let me get this out of the way. The price of the Airpod Max. So right now it retails for $549 USD or $779 Canadian. I know people talk about the Apple tax, where Apple can charge a premium for similar like products that's out in the market. So for instance, the closest competitor to the Airpod Max would be the Sony XM4s, and this is just XM1, but I'm using this as an example here. So the Sony XM4s currently is on sale on Amazon US and Amazon Canada. And Amazon US, it's retailing for $279 US dollars, and in Canada it's on sale for 350 Canadian dollars. So based on the Canadian prices, I can get 2 XM4s for the price of one of these Airpod Max headphones. So the reason why I don't consider the price point as a pro or con is if you go on the apple.ca website right now and I want to buy a pair of these Airpod Max, when I go to the checkout process, it says it's actually 12 to 14 weeks delivery to get a new order. And it's almost at the end of March before I can get my hands on a new Airpod Max if I was to order it now. So clearly there's a huge demand for these Airpod Max and people are willing to pay a premium for it. So the fact that there is a wait time for this and people are willing to pay a premium for it, I don't consider the price either a pro or a con. If you disagree with me, you can leave it down in the comments below. Here are my top 5 pros of the Airpod Max. So pro number 1, the all-metal design. The ear cups are aluminum and the headband is stainless steel, which will make it more robust. And it doesn't feel cheap at all, and it has that premium feel. For instance, my Sony MX1, again the first generation, is mostly made out of plastic. Pro number 2, it's very comfortable. The mesh headband stretches, and after wearing consecutively for over 4 hours, I didn't feel any pressure against my head. The third pro is how well the noise cancellation feature works on the Airpod Max. What I'm doing is I'm comparing this to my Sony XM1s, which I've used for the last 4 years. And I've taken these on large planes as well as on small 6-seater planes to rural Alaska. And these have done a great job filtering the noise of the engine. So I kind of consider these my gold standard to compare it to. And when I was vacuuming earlier today, I compared the XM1s to the Airpod Max, and I found there was hardly any difference in terms of the noise cancellation feature. Both of them worked extremely very well, and I was very impressed with the first gen Airpod Max of how well the algorithm works in terms of canceling out the noise. So what we do now is I'm just going to do a quick demo of how well the noise cancellation feature works, as well what the transparency noise is, which allows ambient noise from outside to actually kind of filter into your earphone, especially if you're having conversations with other people. So let's take a quick demo of that. Con number 4 is the Siri integration with the new feature called Announce Message that was recently added in OS 14. When I'm listening to music and I receive a text, it actually reads it out to me and also gives me an opportunity to verbally reply to that text right away.
Ethan says, "What is for diner?"
Reply.
Want to say?
We're having takeout pizza tonight. Send.
Your reply to Ethan says we're having takeout pizza tonight. Send. Ready to send it?
Send.
Okay, it's sent.
This feature is only available on the Airpod lineup as well as the Powerbeats lineup, so you won't be able to use this with any other headphones. The 5th Pro is obviously the sound quality for listening to music and watching movies. I'm not an audiophile, but when I did a blindfold test, I was able to pick out the difference between the Sony MX1 and the Airpods Max. The song I decided to do my blindfold test is this song here called Cups. It's a cover from the movie Pitch Perfect. And this is a cover by Alex G. Canagranis, Sam Tu, and Kurt Schneider. And the reason why I chose this song is this song was actually recorded outside. You can hear the birds chirping in the background, you can hear the wind noise, you can hear the environmental noise on top of their vocals, and because they do hand movements on the table, you can hear that as well. And it's very distinct that you can pick it up versus just a studio recording of a sound. And so I wanted to hear that difference. And I can actually hear the difference between the two headphones. And the second headphone that I tried on, I can hear, it was a lot more crisp, and I can actually make out the individual sounds, like the bird chirping in the background and some of the wind and the breeze coming through. So I found the second headphone a lot better. So here are my 5 cons. There is still no charging indicator to know when it's done charging, and you can't actually power off the Airpods Max. It's continually in standby mode when not in use, and when it's in the smart case, it's sleeping, but it's still drawing a charge. So con number 2 is there's no app. And the Sony MX4 and the Surface Headphones 2, they both have a dedicated app that allows you to create profiles to adjust the EQ based on your listening preferences, based on the type of music you listen to. So I used the Surface 2 headphones for over a week during the summer, and it was nice for me to be able to adjust the EQ based on hip-hop music I was listening to versus the classical music I was listening to. Con number 3 for me is the active noise cancellation. And how it works right now is when the noise is coming in, it's picked up by the microphones around the headphones. It's some kind of algorithms done or computing inside the headphone that tells it what the opposite sound wave is to cancel those waves out. And so that's what cancels the noise. And when it produces that opposite sound wave, there's a bit of pressure that's created, I feel, in my ear, and I can feel it actually pushing against my eardrums. And I have my Sony MX1, and these are noise cancellation as well, and I've never had issues where my eardrum felt the bit of pressure. So eventually you do kind of get used to the pressure after wearing it for a while, and you get accustomed to it, but I do feel it, and sometimes it is a bit uncomfortable. Now, however, this kind of seems to affect me. My son has used it, and my wife has used it, and when I ask them about do they feel the pressure against their eardrums, and they say they haven't. So maybe it's individual user, but however, again, like this only affects me and my household. Con number 4 is that the physical buttons, especially the crown dial, is located at the top of the ear. My wife tried on the headphones, and she has long hair, and found it hard to turn the crown to adjust the volume as her hair got in the way, and at one point her hair actually got caught in the crown dial. I wish they would have moved the crown dial to the bottom of the ear cup, easily accessible, and people with long hair, it won't get in the way. The 5th con I have is actually not about the Airpods Max itself, but about the case that it comes with and the minimal protection it offers. So here's a closer look at the carrying case. As you can see, it's very flimsy. I can totally compress this. So I don't think it offers much protection in terms of if you throw this in the backpack and something's squishing against it, it will squish against the headphone itself. You can see at the bottom here, the ear cup, the aluminum ear cup is exposed between these gaps here. And because it's exposed, and I think the way it is, it probably can get easily scratched from these openings as well. And then to top it off, at the top here, the handle actually sticks out as well, which means because it's mesh headband, I'm afraid that's going to get caught if you throw it into a bag. So I'm comparing this to my Sony XM1 headphones, and this is a very hard, robust case when I'm squeezing it, and has a loop here. So when I'm traveling, I could throw my headphones in here and clip this onto my backpack as a carabiner, and I don't have to worry about my headphones being damaged during transport. And so in terms of protection, and in terms of, especially if you're a traveler, and like I have in the past, I prefer keeping my headphones in here to keep it nice and secure, and offers a lot of protection versus this case here. I'm afraid if I throw this in a bag and I pull it out, sometimes a bag has loose papers, pens, markers. Sometimes I even have like a pocket knife in there, and I'm afraid that if I take it out of the bag, the headphone is going to, the mesh part could get caught on one of those things and potentially tear the headband mesh. And so that to me is a fifth con in terms of the actual protection when not using the headphones. So that concludes my video on the top 5 pros and the top 5 cons of the Airpod Max. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think I missed a pro, I missed a con, or maybe one of them should be switched around? I would love to hear from you. Please leave it in the comment below. Please stay tuned for my next video. I am pairing these with my desktop, and I'm going to talk about my experience using it as my main daily driver for work, for Zoom calls, team meetings, for productivity, editing YouTube videos, and checking if it can hear the differences when I'm adjusting equalizer in DaVinci Resolve, and see if there's any latency to that, as well as playing Fortnite with these headphones. All right, so I'm doing that right now, so stay tuned and stay subscribed, and I will see you in the next video.